126 for the first question, and then we're going to take two other questions. So, first question.
Hello, my name is Isminaz, and I'm from Turkey, and my question is, are there any works made about the AI intertwined with democracy? How the development of the AI might affect our understanding of the democracy? Thank you.
Thank you for this first question. Then, would like to choose someone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tough choice always. 389, please.
So,
289.
289.
Hello, my name is Daria and I'm from Spain, from Francisco Garcia Pavón School. And what are the tools that Europe has to implement fundamental rights and stop mistreatment and discrimination towards people in countries that do not maintain those rights?
About discrimination. And the last one, we're going to take 560.
Hi, I'm Lina Lamine, and my question is, at the beginning we talk about the war in Ukraine and in Palestine. So is Europe doing something to guarantee peace and to actually defend the human rights? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we have a question on AI and its impact on democracy, a question about discrimination, and then again the subject of war and what Europe can do to help bring about peace.
The floor is yours.
Good. I will try to answer to these questions as well. First of all, on artificial intelligence. We don't know how artificial intelligence is going to change our world or our lives in the next years. We are still, let's say, discovering the effects or the consequences of using artificial intelligence in our lives. But what we already know is that we need to regulate artificial intelligence to avoid that it's used in a negative way or that in some way it's used against us or against our rights or, for example, also against our privacy. And second, already again important, to be used, for example, to boost disinformation even more than what the social media have been doing during these last years. And this is why the European Parliament this year, a couple of weeks ago, in this same hemicycle, adopted the first law in the world with the purpose of regulating artificial intelligence. It's the first time that there is a law adopted concerning specifically how artificial intelligence should be used and how artificial intelligence shouldn't be used, and where are, let's say, the borders to what we can do using artificial intelligence. It's a very complex subject. Let me maybe just say, if you have the possibility to read an article, for example, about this law, you will discover that what the law is doing is creating three different categories. Those ways of using artificial intelligence that must be banned, that must be prohibited by the legislation of the European Union and the legislation of the member states. For example, the use of deepfakes, the use of technologies that are against your own individual rights, etc. Second, those things that can be done by artificial intelligence because they can be even beneficial for all of us, why not? And third, a category where there could be some risks in the use of artificial intelligence, and in any case, the companies or those who will use artificial intelligence have to be very transparent and have to inform you about the fact that they are using artificial intelligence, that you don't think that what you are seeing is real, but that you are conscious that this is the result of the use of modern technologies. But of course, artificial intelligence is going to evolve a lot in the next years, and maybe the results of artificial intelligence will be different in a couple of years, which probably means that the law that has been adopted by the European Parliament will need also to be updated every 2-3 years, to be sure that we are really addressing the reality of this evolution of artificial intelligence. Concerning the rights or the respect of rights and values in the member states of the European Union, well, it's true, and as I said at the beginning, there are moments where you can arrive to the conclusion that in some countries in the European Union, the governments or even the national parliaments or the public opinion could be better in protecting the rights of the whole society. And of course, I'm not going now to name any country because this can happen at some point in any of the 27 member states. And yeah, the European Union and the European institutions, they also play a role in avoiding these situations to be created or to try to find solutions when these situations arrive. And there are many ways the Union can act. And by the way, if you were following what the European Parliament has been doing these last years, or the European Commission has been doing these last years, you will see that there are several, even many examples of actions or decisions taken to protect human rights, values, rights of minorities in several member states, several countries of the European Union. How? In some cases with legislation. For example, this week, again, in this chamber, the Parliament adopted an European law to protect women against violence. Why? Because in some of our countries, there is already a national legislation which is protecting women against different kinds of violence, including domestic violence, but not only. But there are countries where these laws don't exist yet, or they are not good enough to protect really half of our society. And that's why this vote and this decision, this law adopted was so important, because this now will oblige all the member states to apply the same standards in protecting women against violence. This is an example. There are many others. And second, you can also use a weapon, yeah, let's call it a weapon, which can be very efficient. And this weapon is called money. You know that the European Union, the institutions, are also financing many projects in the member states, are contributing with the European budget to the welfare of many countries, all countries. Well, you can also say to the countries, if you don't respect rights, if you don't respect values, you are not going to get money from Brussels. You are not getting money from the European Union budget. And this is also something that has been applied during these last 2-3 years, and I must say with quite a lot of success. Why? Because of course the governments need this money, and because they need this money, sometimes this threaten about, okay, you are not going to get any access to the EU funds,